Okay, so let's jump right in. If you're a leader, you've got this powerful mission, you've probably hit that huge question, right? How do you turn this amazing idea into something that's actually funded and making an impact? It's a massive challenge, and today we're going to break down the two main paths to get you grant ready.
I mean, this is really the heart of the matter, isn't it? You see a need, you've got a solution, but the money to make it all happen just feels locked away. So how do you find the key?
Well, here it is. This is the key. For the biggest pools of funding, we're talking the kind of money that can truly scale your work, you need this very specific designation from the IRS. It's called 501c3 status. Without it, a lot of doors are just going to stay closed. So let's talk about who exactly is asking for it.
Okay, let's get specific. Which funders are the ones that absolutely demand you have this 501c3 status, either on your own or, through a partner?
We're talking about the heavy hitters here. Foundations, from your local community foundation all the way up to the big national ones. Government agencies at every level, federal, state, you name it. Big corporations that want their donations to be tax deductible. And yeah, even major service clubs like the Rotary or Kiwanis. The bottom line is, the vast majority of institutional funding is tied to this one status.
So knowing you need this key, you basically come to a fork in the road. You've got two main options to get yourself access to all that funding. And here they are. Path number one, go it alone. You form your very own nonprofit from the ground up. Path number two, use a sponsor. This is where you partner with an established nonprofit that kind of lends you their status. Think of it like this. Are you going to build and buy your own house, or are you going to rent an apartment to get started really, really fast? Let's break down that first path.
So this first option, this is all about creating something permanent, something that is entirely yours. You're not just starting a project here, you're building an institution.
So what does this actually mean? Well, it means you're creating a completely separate legal entity. You'll have your own board of directors, your own bank account, and just total authority over your mission. You are the captain of your own ship, period.
But, building takes time. From filing that first bit of paperwork with the state to finally getting that determination letter from the IRS, you got to be realistic. Plan for about a 6 to 12-month process before you are officially grant ready. And yep, there are upfront costs. This range, $1,000 to $2,000, covers those essential one-time fees. We're talking state incorporation fees and that big IRS application fee, which itself can be a few $100 or more depending on your projected budget.
And this really gets to the heart of the trade-off. The pros are huge, right? You have total control. Every single dollar you raise is yours. No fees going to a sponsor. You're building an actual asset for the long run. But the cons, they're just as real. That long wait time can be an absolute deal breaker for some, and you are now on the hook for all the ongoing legal and financial compliance.
Okay, now for path number two. If going it alone is all about building something permanent, well, using a sponsor is all about one thing: speed.
Fiscal sponsorship is basically a partnership. An existing nonprofit takes your project under its wing. They're the ones who process your donations and your grant awards, which makes them tax deductible for the donor, while you get to focus on actually running your program. Legally speaking, your project becomes a program of the sponsor.
And right here, this is the single biggest advantage. The moment you have an agreement signed with a fiscal sponsor, you can start applying for grants, like that day. There is no 6 to 12-month waiting period. You are grant ready from day one.
But of course, that speed and convenience comes at an ongoing cost. Sponsors charge an administrative fee, which is just a percentage of all the money you raise, and this typically falls somewhere between 5 and 15%. So to make that real, for every $100 you bring in, somewhere between 5 and 15 of those dollars are going to the sponsor to cover their services. And here's the other side of that coin. The pros are crystal clear. You get immediate funding access with almost no upfront cost. Plus, the sponsor handles all that complex compliance paperwork. But there's always a trade-off. Those ongoing fees are going to chip away at your budget. And at the end of the day, the sponsor has the final legal say, which, could limit your freedom a bit.
So you've got these two really different paths, each with some pretty clear pros and cons. How in the world do you choose what's right for your mission? Let's build a little framework to help you decide.
Putting everything side by side like this just makes the choice so much clearer. If you need money now, a sponsor is your answer.
If you have the luxury of time, going it alone means you avoid those ongoing fees. If having full control is absolutely non-negotiable for you, then you have to be independent. But if you're just starting out, maybe just testing an idea, a sponsor is kind of perfect. It all comes down to your unique situation.
Ultimately, there is no single best answer here. The right choice depends completely on your specific goals, on your timeline, and on your team's capacity.
So it really helps to be brutally honest with yourself. If there's a grant deadline staring you down in 3 months, well, the decision is pretty much made for you, isn't it? Take a hard look at your team. Do you have the people who can manage the admin side of things? And really think about your vision. Is this a 5-year organization, or is it more like a 5-month project? Your answers to these questions will point you down the right path.
But here's something really cool. You don't always have to choose just one. A super common and really smart strategy is the hybrid approach. It's kind of the best of both worlds, right? You partner with a fiscal sponsor to get funding in the door immediately, while, at the very same time, you kick off that 6 to 12-month process of forming your own 501c3. It gives you the cash flow you need while you build for the long term.
And that's really what this all boils down to. This decision, it isn't just about legal filings or fees. It's a strategic choice. It's about what kind of foundation is going to best support the incredible work you want to do in the world. So choose the path that makes that foundation as strong as it can possibly be.